After storming onto the world stage by beating Kevin Johnson in 2012, Tyson Fury hasn't missed a beat. The heavyweight's coming off a great year in 2022 with 2 consecutive wins, and his upcoming bout with Alexander Usyk is all anyone can talk about. Let's dive in to see how the big guy's been faring. First and foremost, Fury's been unstoppable. Tyson Fury's been on a winning streak his entire career, with 33 wins and 1 notorious draw against Deontay Wilder. He's been on fire in 2022, defeating Wilder a second time. Boy, did he make him pay for that draw. And he followed this up with wins over Dillian Whyte and Derek Chisora in quick succession. Wilder's defeat alone netted the Gypsy King a hefty $15 million, and his bouts with Whyte and Chisora padded his bank account with another $50 million. What's more, his matchup against Whyte ended up breaking all purse bid records, with Frank Warren shelling out a cool $37 mil for the privilege. That just goes to show how big of a draw Fury is right now, with 94,000 people packing into Wembley Stadium to watch him defeat Dillian Whyte. The massive 6'9" Hulk is a beast who strategically takes his opponents apart, and he's definitely been reaping the rewards for his strength and skill. His win over Wilder was especially thrilling because it cemented his superiority over his opponent. The 2018 draw was a definite sore spot for Fury, and he took it out by beating him not once, but twice. The first win got him the Ring's heavyweight champion title for the second time. Only 2 other boxers in history have managed to do that. Their names are Muhammad Ali and Floyd Patterson. Maybe you've heard of them. Next up, what's his net worth looking like? It's hard to tell Tyson Fury's current net worth because his holding companies only reported his earnings from 2021. That includes the $16 million from the Wilder bout. And if that's all we have to go on, it seems like he's worth somewhere around $65 million. That said, Fury's probably going to be celebrating this year whether or not he wins against Usyk. The $50 million from the last 2 matches alone will close to double his net worth. And with all the momentum heading into the Fury-Usyk bout, we wouldn't be surprised if we see record-breaking purse bids yet again. Moving on, the Fury-Usyk purse bid is still up in the air. Both Fury and Usyk's last fights saw incredible purse bids of over £30 million each. With the Titans now about to go head-to-head for the first time, it's pretty likely that the upcoming bids are going to be out of this world. For his part, Fury's been demanding a ridiculous purse of over $850 million, and he wants it by the end of the month. The Gypsy King's been putting off his retirement for this match, so we get that he's itching to get the ball rolling. We're gonna assume he's joking, but the best and worst thing about Fury is that you never know what's going on in his head. After all, he's been quite firm about broadcasting the match for free instead of for pay-per-view, even though that would mean tens of millions of dollars going down the drain. We'll all just have to wait and see what happens, because we don't even have a set date to look forward to right now. Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk aren't waiting for the boxing ring to get at each other's throats. Here's a breakdown of what's been happening. To start with, Fury seems pretty confident. Fury has a bit of a reputation for letting his temper get the better of him, and that's led to some legendary trash talk from the Gypsy King. The lead up to his bout with Usyk's been no different, with Fury often saying how he plans to crush his Ukrainian rival. Commenting on his size, Fury said that he doesn't think Usyk will be able to take his punches, and his record definitely speaks for itself on that front. He's clearly approaching this match with his trademark ferocity, following up his win over Chisora with mentions of hunting Usyk down like a rabbit. But is it all trash talk, or does Fury have anything to back it up? Moving on, the size difference. There's a pretty obvious difference in size at play here, and we definitely don't envy Usyk right now. The Ukrainian comes in at an impressive 6'3", but that's a whole half foot shorter than Fury. His reach is also about 7 inches shorter, and you can bet that Fury will be using all of that to his advantage. Fury's also pretty adept at the southpaw stance, so Usyk won't have his unusual stance to rely on either. As for the weight, this is another area where Fury has the advantage over Usyk. Fury has nearly 50 pounds on Usyk, and if that won't give him an edge, nothing will. Usyk's gonna have to rely on his speed and agility to dodge Fury's blows, but that doesn't make him the obvious underdog. He has a reputation for defeating heavyweights, having beaten 5 so far in his career. Let's take a look at their stats to get a better idea. Next up, here's how their records compare. Tyson Fury has fought 34 matches in his career, and he's won 33 of them. The only time he didn't win was that infamous draw with Wilder, and he sure made up for that in the next 2 bouts. 24 of Fury's wins happened by knockout, so this is not the sort of man you want to trifle with if you know what's good for you. That said, Usyk's no slouch either. He hasn't fought as many times as Fury, with a total of 20 matches under his belt, but he's won every single one of them. He's won by knockout 13 times, making up 65% of his wins. That puts him not too far behind Fury, with 71% of his wins happening via knockout. Usyk has a bit of an edge because he's won gold medals at the Olympics and the World Championships. That might explain why Fury is so eager to get the better of him. Let's learn more about Fury's story. The drama and excitement of a boxing match doesn't just come from 2 heavyweights trying to punch each other's lights out. Their backstory also has a huge role to play, and they both come packed with compelling histories that made them the men they are today. Starting off with Fury, one of the most shocking facts about the Manchester native is that he was born 3 months premature. His birth weight was just 1 pound, and given his frailty, the doctors weren't hopeful he would survive. However, survive he did, and his dad ended up naming him after his favorite boxer, Mike Tyson, to commemorate his fighting spirit. It's pretty telling that Tyson Fury is named after one of the all-time greats, and it just goes to show that sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. No one would have expected a baby lighter than your average T-bone steak to grow up to be a boxing legend. But if anything, this proves that you can do anything you set your mind to. Fury ended up inheriting his family's boxing legacy, which stretched back to the bare-knuckle boxing days of the 80s. That's what gave him the drive to enter the scene. His blue-collar background means he definitely doesn't take his success and wealth lightly. Following him, here's what Usyk's life has been like. Born during the last years of the Soviet Union, Alexander Usyk first started boxing in college back in 2002. His amateur boxing career began in 2006, and he eventually retired with 335 wins and just 15 defeats. After starting his professional career in 2013, Usyk quickly rose to the top of the cruiserweight class to become the undisputed champion. He then set his sights on the heavyweight category, which Fury makes endless fun of him for. Usyk's managed to bulk up enough to stand up against some true blue heavyweights, and all eyes will be on him to see if he can make history by conquering his formidable rival. Moving on, Fury's given his honest opinions too. The trash talk is all well and good, but everyone knows that boxers play things up to generate buzz for their matches. Does Fury truly think of Usyk as a pipsqueak, or is he following the age-old boxing tradition that his namesake was so great at? In a recent interview, Fury took a gentler approach to describe Usyk. He showed a lot of respect for his Ukrainian rival, pointing to his win over the larger Anthony Joshua as a sign of his prowess. That's a far cry from him making fun of Usyk by calling him a middleweight, which was Fury's own weight class in his teenage years. Fury also mentioned that Usyk is a lot bigger than some historical legends, such as Muhammad Ali and Evander Holyfield. And we kinda agree with him. The greatest boxers of all time beat larger and stronger opponents thanks to their strategy and agility. And and Usyk's a lot bigger than all of them. At the end of the day, Fury's just looking for an opponent who will pose an actual challenge to him. He's beaten the best, and now he's looking for anyone to fight him. He's chosen Usyk as his rival, and Usyk seems more than up to the task. Last but not least, the boxing world is divided over who will win. There's a lot at stake in the Fury-Usyk showdown. Fury's looking to cement his legacy, and Usyk's hoping to forge his own by toppling Fury as the WBC World Heavyweight title holder. Dave Allen recently weighed in and picked Fury as his favorite to win. That said, Fury's sparring partner, Alan Babich, has some reservations. He mentioned that Fury's been experiencing some aches and pains in his joints that could limit his range of motion. Joint injuries are pretty common among boxers, especially those of Fury's size. Usyk will definitely be looking to exploit any weaknesses. Both boxers have a lot to lose, so the way things are looking, we may be in for the boxing match of our lives. That's a wrap for this video. Are you looking forward to Usyk taking on Fury? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.